my
I'm
room
still
again.
like that. I still can't ever find anything. It's like, oh, this is a safe place to put it.
Well,
You
I'll
know,
put something down, and then Katie will think it's in the wrong place and clean it up. And then I'm like, where's this? I'm like, I was coming right back to it. Oh well.
oh well. That's life. That's what life is. I will hold whichever.
I wonder what it would sound like. So I have really nice studio condenser mics, and I wonder how they would sound. Either that or they would sound horrible because they actually pick up everything.
Okay, yeah, awful.
I don't know.
They pick up everything.
I don't know because it's supposed to only pick up like here, like a little cardioid pattern here. But I've never used them outside of talking to my computer in a closed environment. I know this mic is really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like people, you would hear like that we're somewhere, but you would not. I would love to do that and surprise, but like
Yeah,
it's kind of
yeah.
hard when you live with one of them.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Yeah, I'm gonna wear. I can do that. I can see if I can get like shirts and make little.
Yeah. What would be really funny if you had the Eloda and then like a pug.
I can do that. Oh, I can do that. That'd be so good. I'm
Like,
gonna talk to Weezy and see if I
get
can
the
do that. Life, I love you. You're amazing. Ah! Just so you know, I believe in you. You're gonna kill it.
you would like to stand. The flag is over on the side of the screen.
So we are about to get started with the Hellions versus the Herculadies versus the Mid-Hudson Misfits. As I said, this is in chat. This is a one-man show, so I am trying to run camera, OBS, and everything by myself. So we're gonna see what this is. So tonight's lineup for the Herculadies, or for the Mid-Hudson Misfits, we're going to have number 121, Bash to the Future. Number 29, E3, Rusty Foxidation. Number 735, Off Track Betty. Number 79, Wreck-It Raccoon. Number 003, Sassy Kaboom. Number 515, Mimic. Number 12, Mighty Mouth. Number 143, Sandstorm. Number 10, Codebreaker, Break Her. Number 49, Squirrel Jam. Number 33, Requiem. Number 22, Miracle Whip. And number 343, Legs. And it does not have who they are being coached by today. But they are being coached. So there we go. And now for the Herculadies lineup. We have Blunt Force Trauma, number 19. Number 73, Wavy Bones Locker. Number 2479, Slammy Whipchester. Number 127, Sassy Sutton. Number 412, Pop Knot Soda. Number 934, Diagon Alley. Number 1349, Queen Diamond. Number 121, Lavender Menace. Number 46, Fallen Angel. Number 88, Sparkle Motion. Number 84, Mizzy C. Number 14, Ruthless Bader Ginberg. Number 424, Miss Teach and Treble. And number 80, Love to Kill Ya. Their coaches will be Little Wheezy, Sunshine and Effin' Rainbows, and Carnage Asada. Oh. So I just realized I did not press start streaming when the thing crashed. So, uh, I don't know where I was when I started, but I know we did not have the referees. So, our head ref will be Johnny Napalm. We will have Lone Bone, Dr. Rush, Scotty Tata, Gandalf the Black and White, Attention Deficit Destroyer. Our non-skating officials are Khaleesi, Mr. Sunshine, Shist and Giggles, Schwindinger, Lobster, Krill, Tarantula, Flipper D. Bird, Giraffic Jam, Mr. Giraffic, Polymorphic, Mr. Morphic, Grasshopper, and Fitten in her face. And I am Dylan, and I will be trying to keep the best up that I can with the action. It So it looks like we are going to start the game with Bones, number 73, and Squirrel Jammer as the thing. And that is the starting whistle. And it looks like we are having a fighting. And we have Bones out as lead jammer, but following shortly behind is Squirrel Jammer. We have a fast pack going. They have done a whole lap of the jammers, and they have not even gotten to the pack. This is a super fast pack. It looks like we have Squirrel Jammer has gotten all of the points, as well as okay, so on our second jam, it looks like we have number 412 Pop Knot Soda and number 10 Codebreaker on the line, jam line. And there's tension building. And we are starting. And it looks like Pop Knot Soda is through the pack as lead jammer. They're holding back. There is a panty stash and she seems to have worked and got her through the pack. Sometimes that panty stash can be very effective. And that is the call of the jam. And it looks like that there was 1 point picked up for the Misfits. Oh, what did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 for the Misfits. All right. And the jam is off. Sorry, this looks like it is. Sorry about that. I was not paying attention. There's a lot going on. We are now looking at 18 points. No, we have. Oh, I am not taking care of the camera. And it looks like we are still. It looks like the Misfits jammer is finally out of the pack. And that is the end of the jam. I will have the updated score once they fix the internal scoreboard here. But that was a big jam for the Herculadies. It looks like we are having an official review to fix that. do have to apologize. I will probably accidentally cut out. Oh, I forgot to do timeout. So, sorry about all this quiet silence. It looks like it is 25 to 9 as the score is corrected by the jam. And it looks like we have Bones versus Squirrel Jammer again. This matchup was our first matchup. And we're about to get back into the action. And action has started. And it's fighting in the pack. And it looks like there's a split pack starting to happen. And it looks like Bones is out for lead. And Squirrel Jammer is about half a track behind her. As the pack is coming into turn 3, it looks like Bones is about to call it, and that is the end of the jam. The Hellions score 3, and the Misfits score 2. Okay, and it looks like we are now starting the 5th jam with number 10 for the Misfits and Pop Not Soda back out there as lead jammer. Code Breaker is about a quarter lap, and there is now a no pack being called, and that is the end of the jam. That is 2 points for the Herculadies. The score now is 30 Hellions of our Herculadies and 11 Misfits. This time we will have Mizzy C again out there versus Rusty Foxidation. Sorry, I just had to get my notes down. Alright, and we are now starting our 6th jam. And Mizzy C is out as lead. Foxy Roxidation is now out as about a third of a track behind. They are running this pack again. This it seems to be a move they are liking to do. And that is the end of the jam. We are at 100% lead jammer status for the Herculadies as of now. About that, we had a technical difficulty. I should be called the technical difficulties. Oh wait, that's another people entirely. Not going to steal their thunder. Hey, and we are now starting our next jam with Khaleesi versus Squirrel Jammer. And continuing their lead jammer is Wavy Bones as lead jammer. And as the last time these two met, Squirrel Jammer about half a track behind. And that is a full 4 points for the Herculadies and no points for the Misfits. Sorry, I'm just changing the name to the Herculadies so that I can reference them correctly. I am also adding time back to the clock that I clearly did not. Alright, and we have Pop Not Soda jamming against another matchup Code Breaker. And they are right behind each other. And Pop, not Soda, not wanting to deal with any of that, decided just to call it. So this time we have Mizzy C versus 515 Mimic, and this is her first time out there jamming. And we are now starting our 9th jam. And Mizzy C is lead jammer yet again. There is a panty stash by Mimic, and let's hope that this gets her out. We will see. And Mizzy C is out for 5 points. Grand slam. Meanwhile, Mimic still has the panty pass in the back of the pack, and now she has passed it to Squirrel Jammer, who seems to be doing a double threat out there. And that is Mizzy C calling it. It looks like Squirrel Jammer was able to get 1 point. It looks like the Herculadies also were able to get. They are lining up now. It looks like the Hellions, or the Herculadies, really want to have the front, so they took the jammer line and are now coming back. That is really a good tactic if you want to confuse your jammers. We are into our 10th jam with Wavy Bones versus Wreck-It Raccoon. And Wavy Bones is through the pack and already on her scoring pass, getting all 4 points. Oh no, she got all 5 points, excuse me. And there is a penalty to number 33 for an out-of-play block from the Misfits. This has so far been a very low penalty game. Number 143 is now getting a out of play game out of play as Wavy Bones gets another 5 points. And that is the end, and number 33 came out, so it looks like we were able to get one of their people out, and it looks like it is a timeout. Adjusting the clock here because I have... Okay, and that was a timeout for Pink. So we will put that on the Misfits. So, I don't know how many of you are here watching now, but I hope you stick around. Okay, and we have Pop Not Soda versus, I believe that is, oh, no, I don't know who, that is Code Breaker out there to start this next jam. This is interesting. Both walls are starting off geometrically. And it seemed to be effective for both blocking troops. And it looks like that Code Breaker got lead. This is the first lead jammer for the Misfits, who are just going to call it. And it looks like this is a donut jam. We really should get donut sponsors. Donuts are nice to eat, but not so good when you have Derby. It looks like we are going to have a pivot line start almost. We'll see how this lines up. This lineup goes when the 5 seconds is called. If you did not know, there's 30 seconds between jams, and it is starting at the pivot line. And it is Squirrel Jammer versus Mizzy C, and Squirrel Jammer is out as lead. That is 2 leads in a row, but Mizzy C is right behind. And that is a call by Squirrel Jam. So, it looks like we are starting to see a little bit of momentum of lead jammers, but we will see how this plays out. It is Wavy Bones versus Rusty Foxidation out on the lines again. And it looks like it is going through turn 2, and Wavy Bones has been knocked out and drawn back. And it is another lead for the Misfits. I forgot to start the jam. And it looks like we are actually going to see some scores from and that is the jam. And that is 1 point for the Misfits. I believe that it was their 3rd in a row. So this time we have Codebreaker versus Pop Not Soda on the line. And we had the Misfits start really far ahead, and it is Pop Not Soda out in front, and Codebreaker being contained in the pack by the Herculadies. And that was a nice hop, skip, and a jump for Pop Not Soda, scoring her 5 points. And that was a panty stash for Codebreaker that got her out. And it looks like Pop calling it from the ground. Our score now is, it looks like 62 Herculadies 13. And we're back. And this time we have Squirrel Jammer on the line versus Mizzy C. Mizzy C pushing in the pack and getting through as lead jammer, but we have Squirrel Jammer less than a quarter of track on her tail. And we have, even though Mizzy C was in the pack first, it was 1 point for the Herculadies and 2 points for the Misfits. I think I might have accidentally forgot to up the number of jams, but we will find out here shortly. We will have Codebreaker versus Wavy Bones. And Wavy Bones is out as lead jammer. And it looks like we have Sassy Sutton drawing back Codebreaker as Wavy Bones is through on her scoring pass for a full 5 points. And the pack is going behind the whiteboard. So looks like there was some O played. And it looks like Wavy Bones scored a few points, 2 points, as the Misfits scored 3 points on that pass. So it looks like at this time we will have Pop Not Soda, and I can't see because of a ref, number 515 Mimic out there jamming. And Pop Not Soda is out as lead jammer. But Mimic is out about a third of a track and skating her hardest to catch up to Pop. And Pop is being contained behind the Mimic is in and getting knocked down at the front of the pack. But this means that the action is right here in turn 4. Pop Not Soda is out for her scoring pass for 4 points. How that was not a directional, I don't know. Maybe Pop Not Soda is still is in the pack and scoring 5 points. If you wonder why sometimes the jammers get 5 points and sometimes they get 4 points, it is for every person on the opposing team that you pass. And that is another 5 points for Pop Not Soda. There were a couple penalties that just happened. It looks like the jammer for the Misfits went to the box, as well as Slammy. And there is a penalty for the Misfits up there at the beginning, letting Pop Not Soda get out for another 5 points. It looks like we are having a power start here. That is when the jammer starts in the box. We had a timeout called. Looks like an official timeout. So, hopefully there's still people watching this. If you are, send out your likes when you're trying to tell people how much you enjoy them whenever the stream cuts out. I hope that y'all get this. Sorry if you can hear my ice going around in my mouth. I took a drink. It's really hard talking to myself, so yeah. Like I said, we were starting with a power start here. It's typically when a jammer starts in the penalty box. Alright, and we are starting that jam. We are on jam 18. And Mizzy C is through as lead jammer. Immediately, number 515 Mimic is out of the box. I cannot tell if it has already been a star pass or a star stash, but Mizzy C is through for 5 points. The way they are defending the pivot, it looks like she is now the jammer, and that is Rusty Foxidation. And the action is now here close as Mizzy C is knocked out and calls the jam. The score now is 21 Misfits, 99 Herculadies. 1 point away from the century mark. It is actually 22 Misfits if I misspoke. We are having Squirrel Jammer versus Wavy Bones. This looks like a very familiar matchup. Oh, and I forgot to move the camera. And it looks like Wavy Bones is lead jammer, followed about a third of a track by Squirrel Jammer. And that is calling the jam by Wavy Bones after scoring 2 points for Wavy Bones, bringing them to 101 and the Misfits to 23. And it is now Pop Not Soda versus Codebreaker on the line, which is another similar matchup. So, and it is lead for Codebreaker, and Pop Not Soda trying to split that pack up and successfully doing so to get out. And that is a full 4 points for the Misfits Jammer Codebreaker, immediately calling it off afterwards. So we will have Mizzy C versus number 735 Off Track Betty. I believe this is her first time out on the track. And consulting my notes, I believe that is true. And it is Mizzy C out as lead jammer. Looks like Squirrel Jammer was trying to peel off one of her. And there is a Misfit going to the box, which I believe that was the jammer, because there is no jammer for the Misfits. There is now a power jam in the Herculadies' favor. And Mizzy C called it from the ground as soon as the camera went down. It is now 109 Herculadies versus 27 Misfits. It looks like it is a power start for the Herculadies, starting with a everybody back. And it is Wavy Bones out at turn 2 as lead jammer, as number 22 Miracle Whip is at the back of the pack as jammer with a successful penny pass, but it did not get her jammer out. But it did get her jammer out because the opposing team failed. The person who knocked her out fell, which means she can enter in front of her. She is now entering the pack. In my ramblings, it looks like the Herculadies have scored more points than I recorded, which is now accurate at 123. Wavy Bones is in through the pack. And that is 4 points for the Misfits. It seems like the Herculadies are trying to have this run long so that they can get more points. And with that, the is over with the Herculadies at 129 and the Misfits at 31. This time it looks like we have Codebreaker again versus Pop Not Soda. And that is lead jammer for Codebreaker, and half track behind her is Pop Not Soda. And quickly calling it off after getting only getting 3 points. But that is 0 points for the Herculadies. Looks like we are having another split pack start currently with the Misfits starting up at the pivot line. We will see if they come back or if they stick up there. And that is the start of the jam with the Misfits starting up front. And that is Mizzy C getting lead jammer, shortly followed by Squirrel Jammer. It is hot on tails action. And Mizzy C having to call it right there because she got knocked out and did not want to give any points to their team. I'm going to try to adjust the clock right now. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, trying to fix clock. And we are going to try to fix the clock and hit the... Oh, no. Okay, we have action going on. That is Diagon Alley out as lead jammer, shortly followed by number 10, Codebreaker. And that is Alley calling it off from her knees. And these are some quick jams. And now my clock is correct. The number of jams, I believe, is correct. And we have Pop Not Soda and Squirrel Jammer on this 26th jam. And Pop Not Soda got out when the screen flashed, followed shortly by Squirrel Jammer. And stopping the clock is always a good thing. It is currently under 1 minute left in this period of the first period of the Herculadies versus the Misfits. We have Miracle Whip versus Mizzy C on the line shortly to start our 27th jam. And that looks like a big nasty fit in the bottom. And Mizzy C is out as lead. And Miracle Whips is about a quarter of a track behind her. And that is Mizzy C calling it while yelling, in. The score is currently 135 Herculadies, 37 Misfits. I missed a few there. We are out of time in the period. And we are now at halftime. So, I apologize for the stream cutting out. We will have approximately 15 minutes of halftime. 20 minutes of halftime, according to the halftime clock here. So tune back in about 15 to 20 minutes in. I will not be checking the computer. So if the stream goes down, it will be back for the second half. And thank you for watching. And yeah. So we are coming back from halftime, and the OBS crashed right as we were coming down from halftime. There are shenanigans going on the track while we wait for everybody to get back. Maybe I should just show you the shenanigans on the track instead of trying to talk. Shenanigans stopped. So we are currently watching a good game. It is Herculadies 135, Misfits 37. The penalties do not seem to be heavy. It looks like the most anybody has is one penalty, looking at the whiteboard. So we will see how this second half gets going. If you're still watching, I hope you are. I don't know how many are still watching. Let's see. Let's see if we click that, what it looks like. So next time we are hoping that I will make sure that OBS will be working better. OBS, for those of you who don't know, stands for Open Broadcasting System, which is a free-to-use, developed by volunteers app. It looks like we are getting back to the action with, it looks like Wavy Bones versus Wreck Breaker, Code Breaker on the line. Hold on while I start stuff. And here we go. First jam of the second period. It's like Wavy Bones has one to beat in the front, who is now out of play, giving her lead jammer. There's a start stash by Break Her. They are in turn one as Wavy Bones enters the pack, and it was a star pass to number 22, Miracle Whip, as Wavy Bones gets through for 4 points before calling the jam. And it will be Squirrel Jammer versus Pop Not Soda on the line. And Squirrel Jammer has gotten lead jammer, and it is Pop Not Soda stuck in. Nope, spoke too soon. Pop Not Soda is half a lap behind. Squirrel Jammer calling it after getting 3 points. Oh, that is too many points. That is not 3 points. The score now is Herculadies 139, Misfits 40. With Mizzy C and Roxy Foxidation as her opponent. And that is the start of the third jam. And Mizzy C is out as lead. And shortly, about a third of a lap. Oh, that is a power jam for the Misfits, as Mizzy C got a back blocking penalty. So we are in a power jam situation right now with number 293 E3, Roxy Foxidation, in a power jam. As the jammer for the Herculadies is and that is a 5 points. Oh, it was only 4 points. Jam for Rusty Foxidation, but was forced to call it shortly. We now have Ruthless Bader Ginsburg versus number 10 Code Breaker on the line, as we are going into our 4th jam. And that is Codebreaker out very short after that whistle as lead jammer. I believe is the 3rd lead jam for the Misfits this period, getting 4 points and calling it. That is the Herculadies 139, Misfits 48. I believe that has been a run for the Misfits. As we have Squirrel Jammer versus Wavy Bones. And that is the start of the 5th jam. And that is lead jammer for Wavy Bones. Squirrel Jammer still in the pack, but now is out. Fast. Wavy Bones is entering on her scoring pass and is through for 4 points, but calling off because Squirrel Jam was quick in the pack. We now have Rusty Foxidation versus Pop Not Soda. And that is the start of the jam. Pop Not Soda getting lead jammer there as before the pivot line, as Rusty Foxidation has taken off her panty to pass. But will she pass? We don't know. That is Pop Not Soda getting a full 5 points. Scoring pass. And Pop is back in the pack. Oh, and it looks like Rusty Foxidation got out, and there was a 4-point pass. There was a pass no penalty for Pop Not Soda. Pass no penalty is whenever she passes somebody who she could have caught in a power fail. Anyways, Pop Not Soda going for, I believe, a cut track to the box, giving it a power jam. And this is a 2-minute jam since she was the lead jammer. The score is currently 152-48, and I believe this is Rusty Foxidation's first scoring pass. Rusty Foxidation getting through for her 4 points. And Pop Not Soda is released from the pack, coming in with a vengeance. And being held at the front of the pack. They were successful in knocking her out, which means that she had to. And Rusty Foxidation getting, we have 156 for the Herculadies, 56 for the Misfits. And we have Codebreaker versus Mizzy C on the jam line. And it looks like Codebreaker is lead jammer. I actually had enough time to push the button. But shortly after, but not enough time before Mizzy C gets out. And it is called off with 2 points for the Misfits and 0 for the Herculadies. It looks like there are 2 pit blockers in the box for the Misfits and a full contingent for the Herculadies. It is Ruthless Bader Ginsburg versus Squirrel Jam. There is a lot of fighting going on. And it is Ruthless Bader Ginsburg out as lead. And one of the Hellions are going in as one. So it is a 3-3 pack as Ruthless is entering the pack on her first scoring pass. Calling it off. Getting 2 points. The score is currently 58 Misfits, 158 Herculadies. With just under 20 minutes left in the game, and it was a timeout for Black. With 20 minutes and 42 seconds on the clock. If you are interested in sponsoring this, you are more than welcome to email me or contact me on Facebook. I can't guarantee quality or quality announcing, but I can guarantee you that I will take any sponsorship. Just joking around, but yes, if you will sponsor, I will hopefully do half. I will work something out with the host league, and we will split profits. It's called profit sharing. Anyways, we have Pop Not Soda and Mimic on, and we have some confusion because there is one Herculady in the box. And it is Pop Not Soda versus Mimic, and Mimic is playing some O before she goes out. And it is Mimic as lead jammer. Sorry, neglecting the camera. But Pop Not Soda hot on her tail. And calling it off before any points could get called. And we will have Codebreaker versus Mizzy C on the line. Current score is 159 Herculades to Misfits 58. And we are entering our 9th jam, and Codebreaker is out as lead. As Mizzy C is drawn out, but still in, and is now out as Codebreaker is entering the back of the pack. And it looks like there will be points scored. 1 for the Misfits and 0 for the Herculades. Bringing our score to 159 to 59. And we will have Slammy Whipchester versus Squirrel Jammer. And our next jam that I need to actually stop the clock for. And that is our next jam starting. We are in our 11th jam as Squirrel Jammer is out, as Slammy is out. As there is called with 4 points for the Herculades and 2 points, I believe, for the Misfits on that jam. Sorry, the stream went down yet again. We are starting with Rusty Oxidation versus Ruthless as the Misfits are drawing back to the line. And we are starting the next jam. There. Gotta be on top of those jams. We are having some fight in the second corner start. A multiplayer block being called as Lead Jammer is called on Rusty Foxidation. But Ruthless Bayer Ginsburg is right. And that looks like that could have been and it will be a power start. 1 point for the Misfits in that thing as the Misfits Jammer pulled a back block at the end of that jam. This will be a power jam for Mizzy C. And at the out of play mark, Mizzy C gets as one of the. And we now have Mizzy C getting her through on her first scoring pass. I should adjust the camera too. Mizzy C hitting her own teammate there at the end as Rusty Foxidation is coming out of the box with help. Always good to get a little help from your friends. There is you might not be able to see it because of the whiteboard, but there was a pileup behind the whiteboard. And that is Pop Not Soda bringing Rusty Foxidation down. Meanwhile, there has been several scoring passes that I have missed for Mizzy C, bringing the score for Herculadies to 178 as she comes back in right here in front of us. We have Mizzy C fighting against, it looks like, Squirrel Jammer chest to chest. Meanwhile, Rusty Foxidation is being drawn back. We have Mizzy C still fighting against Squirrel Jammer in the starting straightaway, but they have already made a lap. We are now back into turn one, and Mizzy C has not been able to get out again as she's being held up, but so is I think now pivot turns Jammer number Miracle Whips into turn. Now they are in turn two. And that is the end of the jam due to natural time. I will get you updated score. It was 4 points for the Herculadies. And it looks like there were no points scored for the Misfits in that jam, or in that part of the jam. We will have Wavy Bones Locker versus Code Breaker. I seem like this is a similar. We've seen a very tight rotation from the Misfits, and we've seen maybe a few extra jammers on either side. Wavy Bones Locker is through his lead, but it is Codebreaker breaking through that pack. About a quarter lap between the jammer, and that is Codebreaker entering and leaving the track, and Wavy Bones having some trouble at the front of the pack as Codebreaker is getting through, and so is Wavy Bones. That is 4 points for both jammers. Sorry about that, adding points. It looks like there was a hit by Wavy Bones there. It looks like we had another 4-4. Maybe a little bit more than a 4-4, but. And Wavy Bones is out, and so is Codebreaker. And that is Wavy Bones calling it after getting 4 more points. And Misfits getting 4 more points, bringing the score up to a blazing 74 and 195. I don't know why I said blazing. It was fun. And we have Ruthless Bader Ginsburg versus Squirrel Jam. And we are in our 13th jam, as it looks like Squirrel Jam is trying to get out on the outside and is successful for getting lead. Ruthless Bader Ginsburg still in the pack on the back straightaway. About to get out because of out of play. And Squirrel Jammer coming in to her scoring pass, never stopping to move her feet. Falling but still getting through. And getting 4 points and calling it. Only 4 points. Bringing our score to Misfits 78, Herculadies 195. It is Rusty Foxidation versus Blunt Force Drama. If I'm correct, I think this might be Drama's first time out on the as Jammer. Sorry for hitting the camera. And Drama getting knocked out there a little bit, but still able to get lead Jammer as the Herculadies are swarming Rusty Foxidation. It looks like an elbow was given to one of the blockers of the... We are now seeing 200 points for the Herculadies and 78 points for and that is 4 more points for the Herculadies and 2 points for the Misfits, bringing the score to, oh, maybe not, maybe. I don't know, we'll find out. It's either 200 or 204 to 80. And we have Pop Not Soda versus Codebreaker on the line. And it is Codebreaker out as lead. And Pop Not Soda pushing her way up at the front of the pack in the back straightaway, but calling it before the jam is called off with 0 points. And I was correct in saying the score last time. It was 204 to 80 and remains 204 to 80. And we have Squirrel Jam versus Wavy Bones playing a little butt-to-butt there on the line. You cannot see it through Addy. And we are starting. And it looks like Wavy Bones is out, but Squirrel Jammer goes up the same hole on the side and is only 10 feet behind her, which I believe is 1/30th of the track. And there was a penalty block. Oh, it is Wavy Bones. There is no lead Jammer as Squirrel is out for 4 points. That is 80. That was an interesting lineup there. All of them in the middle as the Jammer comes up. And they are holding her up. Oh, nope. And Squirrel Jammer is out. But Wavy Bones is now out with her 4 points. The score is currently 89 to 208. Scratch that 212. Wavy Bones coming out of that box furiously, just racking up the points. And Wavy Bones in and out of the pack as Squirrel Jammer is through again. Bringing the score to 293 to 218. That was very close to here. And that is the jam. I will update you with the score here. It looks like it is 222 to 93. That might be corrected here, but we will see. And it is a official timeout. We have just under 7 minutes left in the game. So it seems like this official timeout was in order to fix the track. That last jam must have really they tore it up out there, sorry. Both teams are tearing it up out there. Both teams are doing good. As the Misfits are getting close to the century mark, and the Herculadies getting on to at a nice 222. And it is Rusty Foxidation versus Mizzy C in the back of the pack. And it is Mizzy C out as lead. And Rusty Foxidation getting knocked out at the and Mizzy C getting knocked out on her scoring passes. Rusty Foxidation is being drawn back, and Mizzy C is getting a penalty for a low block. Now Rusty Foxidation is in a 2-minute power jam. This is a 2-minute jam. The lead was lost by Mizzy C. We have Rusty Foxidation here in turn 4, going against a contingent of 3 Herculadies. And that is number 80 going to the box for a low block. Mizzy C coming in and getting out and getting her 4 points that she had accrued last time. The score is actually 226 to 97, and we have Rusty Foxidation getting out again, breaking the century mark. It is 101 to 226, Herculades' favor. Mizzy C now getting out of the pack for another 4 points. And that is the end of the jam, with just about Pink having a timeout. For 5 minutes and 7. It is an official review for the Misfits. I am unsure if they have 1 or 2 timeouts left, but they are going to argue for something. So I hope you are enjoying watching the stream. I hopefully am not being too obnoxious and not, you know, if you would like to come visit us here in upstate New York, I will be more than happy to allow you to come announce with me. We are always looking for stream announcers. We currently have me. Anyways, the score is still 230, but the Misfits have 102. I must have miscounted. The we have the dazzle of zebras. Yes, a group of zebras is called a dazzle. I am going to look up here to see when the next Hellions stream is, so you will know when the next thing is, but I am having trouble with thinging. You can visit the Hellions at gohellions.com. I do not know the Misfits email, but our thing, but I can Google them here in a second, and I will tell you after I look for the upcoming schedule. It looks like it will be November 11th, the Hellions versus the Port City Rollers. And now for that, the Misfits. Uh, uh, thing. So that was the end of the official view. I don't know if they kept it or not, so I'm just gonna say they don't, because they generally don't, because the zebras are always right. Just say. That is the start of the jam with Code Breaker versus Blunt Force Drama, and that is Blunt Force Drama out as lead as Code Breaker is fastly gaining on her. And the Misfits website is the Mid-Hudson Misfits.com. It looks like they have a continuing camp. Oh, no, that's not. Let me find their schedule. The next will be Squirrel Jam versus Wavy Bones. It looks like the next bout for the Misfits will be an away bout versus the Dirty Jersey. Their next home bout will be November 4th against the BC Rollers. And it is Wavy Bones out as lead jammer. The pack is moving, not fast, but not slow. It is a just right pack, knocking Wavy Bones out. And Squirrel Jam getting out for 4 points, even though she is not lead. At least I believe she is not lead. There's no pointing going on by the refs, so I do not know. Oh, lead jammer is Wavy Bones, who got 4 points herself. And Squirrel Jammer getting 4 points. It looks like the Hellions are just trying to going tit for tat. It looks like it is 114 versus 242, and that is ending the jam with 242 to 115 for the Misfits. Sorry about the things going down. But what to do? My clock seems to be ahead by 5 seconds, so now we are in sync with the period clock. And we are starting this jam. We have Wreck-It Raccoon for the Misfits, looks like jamming. Is this her first versus Ruthless Bader Ginsburg? Ruthless is out as lead. And Ruthless is through on her scoring pass, getting 5 points. And it is Allie drawing back the jammer for the Misfits. Sometimes you might see the players putting their hands up. That is because hands are not legal in Derby, so they are just dancing like they do not care. And it looks like it is a power jam, 2-minute power jam in the Misfits' favor, because Ruthless Bader Ginsburg is going to the box. I apologize for the placement of the pack right now. We will see if we can ask them to move out from behind the whiteboard, but it looks like they like it over there at the end of turn 2. As you can see popping out, you have the jammer for the Misfits getting knocked out and popping back in, and Ruthless Bader Ginsburg is now out of the penalty box, so this is now a normal jam resuming. There was a direction on a Misfits blocker, and that is the jam. The score is 256 to 115, I believe. They did start to move out from behind that whiteboard. If you would like to fund me and buy me new cameras, I will be able to do multi-shot so that we would always have the action live in stream. We have Codebreaker versus Blunt Force Drama at the start of this jam. And Codebreaker getting through on the outside and tearing up that track. All 4 cores are running. Blunt Force Drama getting out of the pack. The pack is moving, but Codebreaker is moving fast and calling it from the floor. Getting a few points. And that seems to be the end of the period. I will... So that is the game. It looks like it is 256 to 117 Misfits. And the Herculadies are giving their high fives to the crowd and going through the tunnel of love of the Misfits. So it seems like they are doing a double lap because of the confusion. I believe this is the final score. If any clocks are moving, that is bad. We will stop all the clocks. So this is the end of the game. I will not be continuing the stream for MVPs because of the bugginess of the software. I hope you have enjoyed watching. If you are watching, if you would like to send feedback, comment on the video, I will read the comment and we will hopefully improve for next time. Thank you, and I am signing out soon.